Good evening, friends. I have been given a lapel mic, but seeing these two beautiful microphones there, I cannot resist the temptation of going back to my friends. Friends, I am not only very grateful to the Golden Mics for having invited me here, but I'm really thrilled to be here. Friends, I'm also delighted that in the audience I see some faces who are, well, two of them are two of India's greatest advertising big shots. One is our friend Sam Balsara, whom you saw on the stage a little while ago. And the other, my old friend Bharat Patel, who's also been a fabulous advertiser and marketer. I also see in the audience, sitting right in front, one of the most famous voices in India, Harish Bhimani, who is not only excellent in English, Hindi, Urdu, but also in Gujarati and Kutchi. Friends, today I am, another reason for being thrilled is that for almost 35 years, I've been very closely associated with radio awards functions, being a member of RAPA, the Radio and later Television Advertising Practitioners Association, which has been in limbo now for a number of years, unfortunately. But coming back to Radio Advertising Awards, all my nerves are tingling. I've been asked to say a few words about commercial radio. 65 years of commercial radio. I don't know how to really condense it into a 5-minute spot announcement, shall we say. But I will tell you only this, that I started listening to FM commercial radio, independent radio, right from the first day of the broadcast of Radio Midday and Times FM, which started many years ago. I don't exactly remember the date. But I heard, when I started listening to that, and I having been more or less born in broadcasting, I was absolutely thrilled. I heard firstly Radio Midday, and the man talking on the mic was Anish Trivedi, and I was absolutely fascinated. I rang up Tariq Ansari, who was heading Radio Midday, and I said, Tariq, my friend, how do you manage it? We in All India Radio, brought up in All India Radio, and then joined Radio Ceylon, and then Vivid Bharati and whatnot for our broadcast. We always prepare our scripts in advance. And it takes us broadcasters nearly 6 years to master the art of reading from a script without sounding as if one was reading from a script. I said, Tariq, how the hell does this chap manage it? Tariq smiled and said, very simple, Ameen. We don't allow any scripts in the studio. And I was fascinated. And that brought a breath of fresh air into broadcasting. Radio Ceylon had been doing a lot of Dhoom Dham. Vivid Bharati also, a lot of sponsored programs had started. A lot of us from Radio Ceylon were broadcasting on Vivid Bharati, but All India Radio generally was a little staid, a little sober, a little serious, while this was just talking freely to the audience. And I wish that particular style had gone on. It does go on still. We have some very good, excellent broadcasters in the independent network, TV, radio networks. But two things started happening after the first few years of FM. And one was that all the stations that came started playing the same Dhoom Dham songs all the time. And it was the same 100 songs probably that were going on all the stations. Till I got after many of the stations and said, look, for heaven's sake, radio needs music, and the most beautiful music in India is the one that has come through years, generations of great music performers, singers, music directors, lyric writers. It is the parampara of India, the tehzeeb of India, the tradition of India, translated into the simplest language and the greatest tunes. And Indian film music was, and maybe still is, one of the greatest promoters of the Indian national language because of its simplicity. And moreover, it is one of the greatest promoters of national integration because everybody understands it, north, south, east, west. And that seems to have gone out. A lot of Dhoom has started. This has also happened abroad in the West, where melody died out and rhythm caught on. Now, I'm not saying that the old style was very good and the new style is not very good. The new style of music is also very good. The one very great point, plus point in that great current style of music is that when you listen to it, all the youngsters want to get up and dance. People also exercise by those songs. And therefore, the youngsters today are far more healthy than what we people were in our time. And one of the examples of that not being so healthy is that two people had to help me up the stairs. Well, anyway, radio, as many of the old broadcasters say, the best radio programs are the ones that you can see. I would go one step forward and say the best radio programs are one that you can see the colors of, which you can feel the texture of, which you can smell the fragrance of. And if you were to, you feel that if you were to put your hand forward, you can probably shake hands with the person who is the commentator. So that is what radio is and has always been. Good radio can stand up any time to good television because of various reasons. And I'm happy to know that good radio has not died. I wish it luck. I wish it lots of happiness and prosperity and progress. May God live, let radio live forever. And I will just say one thing from my heart, which I feel is a slogan which every radio station should remember to create a kind of unity between its listeners. And the slogan that I have coined for that is Todo nahi, jodo, lado nahi, milo, Jai Hind, Jai Radio. With those few words, friends, I will step away from the microphone and let's proceed with the prizes. Thank you.